Welcome back, passive income investors. Today, oh my goodness, from last week, Trump raising tariffs on $200 billion worth of Chinese products coming into the U.S. Now, China, Monday, markets open, retaliating against those tariffs, as China has said it will impose tariffs on $60 billion worth of goods from June 1st, extending a bilateral trade war. The move comes 3 days after the U.S. more than doubles the tariffs on those $200 billion in Chinese imports, guys. So let's jump right into this. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get into this crazy news and how it is affecting my dividend portfolio. So China hits back in this trade war, guys, and it has sent the markets into one heck of a crazy spiral. There's not much to be said about this. It's pretty apparent what is going on if you've listened to the news at all, or you don't have your head buried in the ground somewhere. And today it took the markets down over 2% on most of the basic indices. And we're going to take a quick peek into my own personal portfolio just to have a quick look and see what is going on, because this is crazy to me that my portfolio just hit all-time highs not even like a week ago, and then all of a sudden, boom, every time that happens, something crazy goes down and things implode. So my worst performers in this current trade deficit war thing going on is Apple, for sure, because Apple obviously Chinese-based company there, and Apple's just come way down today. It hit, I think, a low of like 6% or close to a 6% drop this morning. And I don't have any money to buy shares in anything, but I picked my mom up some shares in Apple this morning. I actually bought her 10 shares of Apple on this dip because I just can't get over that it's come this low. And I think this news is mostly noise. I honestly think it's just I'm battering back and forth, and depending on the exact products this is going to affect and how they're going to affect them, I don't know the severity of it, but it just feels like short-term noise to me, to be honest. Talking about the size of these markets, we're not even talking about like two or $300 billion in imports. It sounds, I think, more staggering than it actually is. It does increase the bottom line on like the Federal Reserve's budget for sure, I could imagine, but at the end of the day, I don't think it should be knocking this much valuation off the stock market. So in my opinion, this is a buying opportunity. Now, this is one of my accounts here, and we can see that really Apple's the hardest getting hit here. The banks are down a lot today. I don't know why the banks are being hit so hard by this news, but if you own any utilities, utilities probably aren't being affected by this at all, obviously. It's just mostly any U.S. importing companies. Probably like 3M would be getting hit, I'd imagine, or any kind of just general product company that's importing a lot from China. If we come in over my other account here, things are still pretty good over here. Tesla's the only one that's kind of getting dinged, and this is a company that's not really importing anything from China either. So they're just down because, I mean, I bought them at a stupid high price. But are they actually down today? How's Tesla doing today? It looks like they're down today, actually. Oh, wow. Yeah, they're down 5%. So this news is really taking over the overall market down with it. So if I'm in your situation, or you're in my situation, I'd be buying stocks. Today is one of those days where you pick these discounts up, baby. I just don't have any capital, and I've been investing it elsewhere, as I'm sure you know by watching this YouTube channel. But at least my drug stocks overall doing okay. This account is sitting up still $1,000, but from what it was sitting up, this is pretty sad in my opinion. But let's just scroll over onto the old stock Twitteroonies here and see what's going on with the basic indexes and just see what people think about this. Because, I mean, this is something always fun to do, is just scroll on. So let's check out the SPY real quick and see, holy geez, there's 44 new posts since I was on here a few minutes ago. If this 5-minute candle ends green, we'll rally green today. Switching. What an ugly market. Let's see if there's anything funny going on in here. Let's see what people are saying about Apple as well. But let's see. Some of the stories every day, 12 p.m. bounce. I think there's going to be a bit of a bounce today too. But let's just take a look at Apple, because it looks like Apple's already rallying back from where I was buying it down on this dip. But let's take a quick peek here. Added a few shares of Apple. Yeah, same with me. In the same boat there, brother. Not me, but my mom did it for her, because I'm an awesome child here. I think I'm trying to pull some brownie points with the mama here. But trade war, full-blown 10% market drop. We achieved that already. I'm still being careful with my dip buys, looking for a $200 or $300 point turnaround back to 150 or lower. I do not agree with this. I think because we're already cushioned to this kind of talk, like the trade war talk, and that is pretty much what tanked the market last time. I don't think it's going to tank the market this time. I think people have a little bit more tolerance to it. It's like a drug, right? Like after it happens once, it's very hard for it to repeat exactly the same after the fact. You usually get a little bit more tolerated to it. So I don't think Apple's going to tank that low, which is why I was buying shares today. It's all sold for 40% gain. Now let's tank all the markets. All sold. What did he do? Sell Apple or... Did he short Apple? I don't know what he means by that. What do we have here? Somebody actually showing. I love when people do this. If you guys follow me on StockTwits, I do this all the time. I love showing my positions. I have no problem with it, and I hate people that don't. I don't like bullshitters. I like people that if they have an opinion on a company, that they actually show their position in that company, whether it's a short or a buy. But today, year to date, this guy looks like he's doing all right. And that's on Gold, Barracks Gold Corporation. Actually, you know what? That's a good idea. Let's take a look at gold. Speaking of gold, let's take a quick peek at the gold bullion vault and see how we're doing today in the USDs over the last month. It looks like, wow, of course, this is the first time gold starting to do well when Trump opens his mouth, because lately, even when Trump opened his mouth last week, we didn't see a whole lot of increase in gold. But because China opened their mouth today, we're seeing a whopping little bit of a bump in gold. But like I said, if you know me, guys, I'm not a fan of gold. It hasn't really recovered in US dollars from its all-time highs, or from the drop that it had from its all-time highs. And in Canadian dollars, it's been holding at its all-time highs, but I don't know, the growth in this is way too slow for my interest, so I don't really care. Let's go back into here and see what else we're missing on. Downtrend intact. What else we got going on here? Trump shorted Apple again. Could you imagine if Trump was an inside trader? Oh my God, the guy would be rich. He's probably telling his buddies, hey guys, guess what? I want you to take a short position out on any stock, Apple, just buy anything that owns shares in Chinese companies. Just buy. I'm releasing some news on Friday, and then all of a sudden, boom! People be making big dollars. Just not me right now, but yeah. But if you look at the markets, guys, most stocks in your portfolio are probably down today. The Bitcoin, ETH, Ethereum looks like they're up now. I'm a big YouTuber. If you guys ever watch Boogie2988, I was watching him on H3 Podcast, and he was saying that he owns Ethereum. And ever since I found out he owns Ethereum, I've been so gloating that Ethereum does well, because he was just going on about how he wants like FU money, and he's got some money in Ethereum, and he wants to see it take off. And just because he holds Ethereum, I want to see this thing explode. I don't like crypto personally, and I'll never buy any of it, but it's so much fun to watch it lately because look at it. I mean, it's been on the run. So congrats to anybody that was buying Bitcoin on that dip when there's a lot of haters. Good for you. But the reason I don't like owning this is the same reason I don't like owning gold. Because simply to get your money out of it, you have to sell it. You can't hold on to it. It doesn't produce passive income. It's just one of those things where you buy it, and if you want to get your money out of it, you have to trade it in for cash. I don't like those kind of investments personally, but I would love to see this do well just for my some of my favorite YouTubers. That would be awesome. But yeah, let me know in the comment section below how your portfolio is looking in this tariff war economic situation we lay in. I'd love to hear from you guys. I can't say thanks enough for the comments. I had one comment for somebody that wants me to review one of their stocks. I will get into doing stock reviews this week. I might not be around tomorrow, but I will do my best to get some stock review videos up for you by Wednesday. So stay cool, stay awesome, guys. I look super forward to chatting you tomorrow.